Hey, this is Antonio and welcome to my channel, and we're going to have some fighting words. So this video is about Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia and why I do think the fight would be fun to watch, but also why I think the fight will not happen. So let me just jump right into it. Why I think the fight would be fun to watch. You have two guys, one is in the latter end of his career and one is just starting off. And the one who's just started off pretty much just hit the ground running. Ryan Garcia has a lot going for him. He's pretty much his own marketing tool. He understands his generation. He understands the social media platform, and he uses it to its fullest. My personal opinion, I just think he has it all. He's got the looks. He knows how to speak in front of a camera. He also can fight, which is the main thing, because all that other stuff means virtually nothing if you can't fight and back it up. And people want to see you fight. He also has a fan-pleasing style of fighting, and plus he has a lot of knockouts. Who doesn't want to see that? Then you have Manny Pacquiao, like I said, is a legend in the sport and just pretty much is a household name. He also has a whole country behind him. Whenever he comes out, the Philippines comes with him. Again, a fan-pleasing form of fighting, throws a lot of punches, hits hard. He stays in front of you the whole time. He doesn't quit, and he's constantly going for a kill. So what's not to love about that fight or that matchup, to be honest with you? Now, what I will say is I don't think the fight will happen, and I don't think the fight will happen simply because, yes, there's a lot of reward, but there's, in my personal opinion, there's more risk. So the reason why I say there's more risk, and then I think the risk is on the Team Garcia side. So the reason why I say that is he's very young, he's very green. Yes, he could potentially make a ton of money fighting Manny Pacquiao. Who couldn't? Who wouldn't? But at the same time, he could get hurt. So Ryan Garcia fights at 135, while Manny Pacquiao for the last couple of years has been fighting at welterweight at 147. So number one, Manny Pacquiao has had a lot more time fighting bigger guys who couldn't put him down. So the punching power that Ryan Garcia is going to come with is nothing. It's not going to be anything new. It's not going to surprise Manny. The speed level, quite possibly, and I only say that because Ryan Garcia is coming down from a lower weight. So since he's going to be smaller, he's going to have more speed than the bigger man. However, when you really match the two up, Ryan Garcia is a lot taller than Manny Pacquiao. Manny has slowed down throughout the years, due to age and due to, the way he fights. A lot of wear and tear in the body, but he's still relatively fast. I mean, he could keep up with Keith Thurman, and he even put Keith Thurman down. So why I think the fight won't happen? Well, like I said, you got one guy who's known for taking on bigger guys and putting them down, and one guy who has never faced a bigger guy. And also his biggest test to date, on paper, wasn't the biggest test in the world, to be honest with you. He fought somebody from overseas in the UK, which is a good fighter in his own right, but he's nowhere near the pre-test for Manny Pacquiao. I don't know who Ryan spars with, but sparring and fighting are two completely different things. He did show that he had a chin in his last fight, but again, he was getting hit by a 135 pounder as opposed to a 147 pounder. So the chances of him getting up from a Manny Pacquiao punch or flurry, more than likely if it's coming from Manny, because he throws in bunches, I think that's very unlikely. He shows that he has shown that he has heart, and good on Ryan for even wanting this fight. I just don't think any smart businessman, i.e. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, I don't think if they're just smart, they would allow this to happen. Like I said, there's a lot of reward, which is money and fame. But on the other end, Ryan could get hurt, and he can get seriously hurt. We all know that Manny hits really hard, and he goes for the kill. He doesn't go for a win, he goes for the kill. And Ryan's just too young. Personally, if he gets maybe, well, see, the problem is this. If you say he gets 5 more fights, how long are we talking realistically? When most fighters today are like fighting maybe 2 times a year. So that would mean that Manny would have to stick around a little bit longer. He's already in his 40s. So the question is, how long is Manny actually going to stick around? So again, the likelihood of this fight, if we just want to give Ryan some more experience, highly unlikely. But also, if you're in Ryan's corner, yeah, you can see the dollar signs, but also, I think anybody who's in his corner, if you care for Ryan, you wouldn't co-sign this fight, you know, and that's basically it. I think it's just too dangerous. It's a nice little chunk of money you're gonna get, but the amount that he could face in pain and overall hurt, it's not worth it. So that's my take on Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe.